There we go. Over to you.
All right, thank you. Hello, everyone. Good day. My name is Diana Bakhtiar. I am from Jakarta, Indonesia, and I'm a Google certified trainer, and I'm also in the Innovator Academy programs 2022. Thank you for the time for today. I'm very delightful to share to you about mindfulness. And I know it has been a very wonderful years for us educators, having the years where the kids are going for the online and having to pass on with the pandemic. And I know right now when they come to your schools, they kind of like very excited to be in your class, want to know what's the lessons gonna be meeting you here and there. So I kind of like feeling some of the kids when they come back to schools, most of them they really need attentions and they really need what we are educators know as social emotional learnings. So I would love to bring this mindfulness to give the ideas and present this to all of you educators in here. I've seen some of you are from VA 22 too. Hi. I would like to share how this mindfulness can be brought to your class and how is this mindfulness, just one word mindfulness, can really give impact and benefits in your classroom. So in here, I'm going to share to you too some of the ideas or activities of the mindfulness that you can do in your class, even from the youngest one, from the preschool years, up until primary or even like secondary, or even for us teachers. You should do it too. It's going to be awesome. So let's start a little bit about mindfulness. What is mindfulness? Some teachers, some educators, or even kids and parents kind of like asking me, what is mindfulness? Is mindfulness kind of like a cult? Is mindfulness is like sitting down in a yoga positions and then that's mindfulness? Oh, well, there is no judgment in here. I would like to stress it out. So mindfulness is an actions of you paying attention to your direct experience at this moment. Because right now, as you are listening to me, I know some of your thoughts might be wandering here and there. Well, that is not present moment. Where mindfulness should be your actions, which is like you are paying attention to right now. So here, this mindfulness is something that will teach your kids, your students inside the classrooms, how to stay focused inside the classroom. And it should be without judgment. This mindfulness really be helpful for you to understand how you feel and why you are experiencing this feeling. By being understands about that, then you know how to regulate these emotions or feelings. There's a lot of research talking about mindfulness and how it has give benefits to children and adults in how they understand themselves emotionally and how it helps them also when they are experiencing difficulties. So mindfulness, a very simple one is if anybody is asking, I would say it's number one, it's paying attentions, like how you put your attentions at this present moment without like thinking of something in the past or thinking about your what are you gonna do after the sessions or perhaps like something that just happened in the morning or in the night before, not something like that. But it's really paying attentions, which is a direct experience something that you are experiencing right now. If you are in these sessions and you are experiencing something like you call as a present moment, well, that's it. It could be a tiny little bit of mindfulness that you have gathered. Well, in mindfulness, please bear in mind there shouldn't be any judgment. There is no way of saying that, oh, I'm not in the present moment. I'm wrong at this time. There's no such things. Being mindful, meaning that you understand your feelings. Sometimes minds can wander here and there, and that's totally okay. That's totally fine to have your feelings up and downs. That's also okay to have your feelings or emotions sad or happy or maybe not in controls. But remember, it has to be going back again to the present moment, which is right now. And you realize by giving your attentions. Well, so why is this important for children, for our students? Well, number one, it's good because it builds their curiosity. Most of the children, when we told them, hey, let's go, let's have a good sitting positions, let's stay focused on this present moment, closing your eyes, try to think of something that is good right now that you are experiencing. Most of the students are trying to get more to find out what is it that this feelings that comes to my feeling. So it really builds that curiosity and it really teaches them to be having more and more. And I'm so happy to bring this into the classroom because whenever they don't want to get attentions to my students, I can just say, everybody, let's sit down and practice mindfulness. Or I can just say to them, hey, everybody, let's have a quiet moment for a while, closing your eyes, and let's try to build our curiosity. You would be surprised how it goes in your classroom. You should try it. Well, the next one, why is it important? Because it really builds kindness. When kids or children or students in the classroom, or even us, when we are taught to be in the present moment, understanding our feelings, we are also learning to be kind. We also learn how to feel our feelings, how to know and control our emotions. And in here, because there is no judgment, we understand that every feeling should be regulated, whether it's sad, happy, anxiety, or perhaps any other feelings that might not be able to be expressed out. And in here, kids are able to be more empathy. They can empathize to their friends in the classrooms whenever their friends are feeling sad or whenever their friends are feeling emotional. The next thing is about self regulations, like I mentioned just now, because this mindfulness can help the children or students in class to regulate their emotions. They're able to know what they are feeling right now. And at that time, they're able to understand what should I do when I'm feeling sad? What should I do when I'm feeling overwhelmed? I'm feeling anxious. They know how to control themselves. They know how to stop for a while. They know that it's time for them to be part of it and take controls of themselves. The next thing is by research based. The two of them is about the executive functions. Well, we know some kids are having difficulties, especially the young ones, to regulate and have problems with following limits. So with this mindfulness, they are taught to be having self-controls. And by having that, they can regulate their emotions, control their feelings, and understand there is limits for whatever that they are doing. And by so, they're also experience good improvement in executive functions and as well academic and non-academic skills improvement. Because as they are practicing mindfulness, they're able to regulate emotions. And when they do some kind of like tasks or some kinds of like competitions or anything that they are dealing with some anxiety, they know how to regulate that and they can just do everything with flying colors. So powerful. So now the question is, so how to do it? Well, everybody, we can be mindful to anything. What we need is just to pay attention. You don't need a lot of tools. You do not need to buy a lot of like teaching materials or anything that you need to prepare. Everything is just very simple. All you have to do is you have to pay attention. Number one, you pay attention to what you can see, to feel something that you can feel right now. Or perhaps if you can taste, you are also experiencing the tasting itself. This is what mindfulness or the basics of understanding mindfulness is. Well, how do we apply mindfulness in class? I would say it starts with quality of attentions. So I would start the class or everybody in here to pay attention to these flowers. For us, we are so busy as teachers. Sometimes we just want to grab our lesson plans or maybe just like papers or worksheets and go into the classroom and teach and then let the kids finish everything and then hola, it's a bell ringing and I can go back to my teacher's lounge. Well, teachers is about time to take times. Maybe before you go to the classroom, try to control yourself first. Pay attention to what you are going to bring. In here, I bring up flowers. Is it red flowers that sometimes we never pay attention to? The beauty of it, the colors of the fresh flowers, each petals of it, or perhaps the stems, or even the smells of it. By paying attention, we are practicing how to be mindful to little things. It doesn't have to take you for 5 minutes. It even can do with you in just 1 minute. So if you are practicing this and you're bringing to your classrooms, I believe it will be such a wonderful thing. The next thing is practice breathing. We have heard about the breathing exercise as mindfulness practice. Well, mindfulness and practice breathing is one of the connecting activities that you can do, not only for your students, but also for you teachers. When you are breathing, you are giving yourself a time to understand yourself better, to be in this present moment, to feel what it is right now. So do not judge yourself too much whenever that your breathing is not there, or maybe your mind is not focusing on something. Remember to come back, because mindfulness is without judgment. It is a direct experience. It's something that you can practice like a muscles. Well, this is what I do in the classrooms. I would ask my kids to practice deeply breathing. So it's like one, two, breathe, and then we're gonna ask them to three, four, five, out. And then breathe again, six, seven, and let it out again. Eight, nine, 10. We're gonna breathe in again, 11, 12, and then let them be breathing out, 13, 14, 15. Asking them again to have another breathing in, 16, 17, and let it be out again, 18, 19, 20. It's only for 20 seconds, but it gives them a very multiple benefits. They learn to regulate their feelings. Whenever they are feeling anxious for something that they're going to happen, they can have these feelings. They can understand that they can control their breathings. I love to use this kind of like videos that can help kids how to really use this. So I'm teaching the kids like if you're inhaling, it's like you're smelling the flowers. And when you're breathing, it's like you are blowing the flame. It's like you're inhale, and it's like you're exhale, blowing the candle. Sometimes breathing is taken for granted. We only breathe in because we want to go so far. But do you know, teachers, once we practice it, you will understand how this mindfulness can really help you as teachers before you come to the classrooms and teach your classroom with a better result in the end. I do love books, so I do invest myself with these books of happy. This book, I read it myself to the kids. There is space then to listen to the sweet sound of wind in the trees, the gruff rumble of cars in the distance, or the whisper of rustling leaves. Now, take a moment to stop and really listen to the sound. Feeling. Even the darkest storm passes. The sun can shine bright every day. We can sit with our feelings and notice how they roll through us, then blow away. Now, what kinds of things make you feel happy? All right, so I'm gonna continue with the next. For the videos, you can check out in my YouTube. The next thing is about eating like a scientist. Well, we know some of the kids, they kind of like picky in eating, so I would love to do this and with my class and the kids in the classroom. So I tell them, let's be a scientist for the day. So what do you drink? What do you bring today for your snack? What do you bring today for your lunch? And some of them are bringing sandwich. So I told them, let's put on your scientist goggles and then let's take a look of what you are bringing over there. Can you feel one by one? Oh, I see the lettuce. What color is that? Oh, let's try one by one and taste it. Oh, it's crunchy. Yeah, I like the taste of the sweetness. I tell them how to be really mindful of that and let them express them. Well, students, our students, even though they are young, big, or small, or even us, we just love to feel something, even in our food. So we just love to talk when we're eating, right? So that's what happening in the classroom with mindfulness classroom. And what happened is when you are bringing this into your classroom, oh, they're gonna love those eating vegetables or something that is they don't even like before. Oh, the next thing that I love to do is dance. So who doesn't love dancing? I do love dancing. So sometimes we tell the kids or students in class, hey, let's turn on the music and do some dance and let's express it out after you dance. Yeah, whoa, they will feel a lot of happiness after they dance. They can express out and tell that they're feeling happy and they can release their tensions or nervous. Well, teachers, before you're giving assignment to your students, you should do this kind of like dance. You should let them lose their tensions before they do and open that task booklet and writing down. You will see a greater result after you do this kind of like practice. Well, the next thing that I want to explain to you, if you're asking, hey, is mindfulness for me? I know some of you is like asking, is it for male only, female only? Everyone. It's for everybody. For you, me, teachers, educators, parents, everyone. Even a scientist need this. But when adults are doing this, when adults are doing this, and our students look at it, they believe the result. So they will catch on what you are doing. When you're stressed out, you practice your reading, and you get calmer, your students believe of the powers of that mindfulness. And you know what? You need it. Believe me. The more you understand some of this, the better you are able to make it and introduce this inside the classroom for your students. And of course, there's a lot of benefits of mindfulness, which is going to allow you to be more focused. You will have a better attitude. And of course, you will be more happy in life. All right. So, what can we do as a teachers and parents? Well, you have to practice mindfulness. Number two, let children or students stay focused with the activities without being interrupted. I know teachers, we have so much tendency to be like, uh-oh, time's up, no more time. But you know what? Can we just let them to have 3 more minutes to have their moments of silence, to really be with themselves at this present moment so they can have a direct experience? That would be such a wonderful because they will experience it directly. And do more activities. Read books that teach children and inspire them for mindfulness. And last one, just have fun with your students inside the classroom. I would like to take and close this with this from Matthew Richard. He says like this: just understand that a bird needs 2 wings to fly. So because of that, we teacher, we must develop wisdom and compassion simultaneously. That's all from me. Thank you. And I hope it inspires you. If you have more questions, you would like to contact, or you want to reach me out about mindfulness, I would love to be mindful talking with you. Thank you.